Hi, I'm Dr. Rothman. Today we're going to talk about whether your smartphone or tablet may be causing a pain in your neck. Before we discuss that, I'm going to go over some general anatomy so you can have a better understanding of how those devices may impact your spine. So we're going to look at a spine from the side view. And when we look at the spine from the side view, we notice that there are particular curves by design. The curve in the neck is a backwards type curve, or what we call a lordotic curve. And the purpose of this curve is to distribute the weight of our head, which weighs between 8 to 10 pounds, down the center of gravity. The reason that's important is if we think about holding a weight in our hand that weighs, let's say, 10 pounds, the closer we hold that weight to the center of our body, the lighter it is. The further away we put that weight, the heavier that weight feels, even though it's the same weight, 10 pounds. So the further away our head is away from our body, the more stress it's going to create on our muscles supporting our neck and the shoulder muscles as well. And also it's going to create stress on the joints themselves, which the brain is going to respond to. Okay? So when we look at the curve, it's a backwards curve and we want to maintain that curve, and the same with the low back. So what we see that's a problem is people using their tablets or their smartphones typically are sitting in a position like this. They're sitting, looking down with their phone, using their phone in this particular manner. Now if you're watching my head position, you'll notice that my head is in a forward position. Or if you're at a workstation, you're sitting in front of your computer slumping and looking forward, that's also going to create a problem with your head. If you notice, my head is not centered over my shoulders. So what we want to do and want to remember as far as structure is concerned and posture, which is very important because we have different postural patterns that we look at, a structural pattern or a functional pattern. My posture right now is a function of how I'm sitting. My posture right now is different. It's also a function of how I'm sitting. So what will keep my posture in the right position when I'm sitting is maintaining the foundation or my pelvis or my low back curve, which is also a lordotic curve like we looked at before. In order to do that, what I recommend to patients is to elevate their screen to a height where their line of sight hits the top part of the bottom third of the screen. Or if they're using an iPhone or a tablet or a smartphone, to hold the phone in this manner where they can use their fingers like this, typically as to text or surf the internet, as well as keeping their head in a neutral position. So that's why it's very important to maintain a neutral posture. When we're sitting, a neutral posture will be maintained if we maintain this nice curve in our low back, avoiding slumping in this manner. That'll also change my head position, as you notice when I slump. Sitting up nice and straight is going to maintain a nice curve in our low back and also position my shoulders and neck in a more neutral position. So for any of you that do not want to develop that unsightly hump, if you want to avoid the hump, don't slump.